What is up, guys? Fado82 coming at you with a weekly Rust update video. As you can see, mining quarries have been added into the game and they are spectacular. They're quite an investment. They cost 10,000 wood, 3,000 metal fragments, and 500 cloth to make. And you can place them just about anywhere on the map, but in order to get the best yield from them, you're going to need to use them in conjunction with something that's called a survey signal. Or a survey charge, rather, and it looks like a bean can grenade. You can see that I have it equipped here in my hotbar, and I'm going to go ahead and throw it down here, and it's going to tell us what this area is going to yield. It's very accurate, so what it shows is what you'll be getting. You'll notice that when it goes off, it produces a smoke effect, and this indicates that there's nothing in this area. So we can put a station down there, but it's going to give us nothing more than stone. Of course, with that type of investment in that quarry, we want more than that. So let's go place one over here, and we'll see what this yields. That's showing us that there's not much there as well. Let's go ahead and move out over here and take a look. Alright guys, and this one is showing us there's a bit of loot here. So stone is coming out. There's always going to be stone with what you're going to get out of the quarry. But these bags here are going to show us what this area is rich in. So it's telling us metal ore, and we are seeing that all of the bags indicate that it is metal ore. Now, most of the testing that we've done has indicated that it's going to run you either metal ore or sulfur ore, but there was an instance where we actually came across a location that gave us refined metal fragments. So what was coming out the end of that refinery, or that quarry rather, was actually metal ore, stone, and then the metal fragments itself. So some locations actually are going to give you a variation of things, and it won't be always just metal or sulfur. Let's go ahead and take a look at the quarry and just take a look at the aspects of it. So this is what it looks like. If you want to go ahead and start the quarry, you have to run over here. This is where you're going to go ahead and put your low-grade fuel. The low-grade fuel is what you need to run the quarry. And then the output is going to come out in this container here. That's where your loot's going to be. To start it, you have to scale up the quarry by using the ladder that is already on the side of it. And if you come up here, you can go ahead and start the engine, and then this bad boy is started. The belt starts working, and the quarry is now operational. By the time you get back down the bottom, it's already going to be yielding some type of output, and you'll notice that it's going to show us exactly what that survey charge told us. So we're getting the metal ore, and we're getting the stones as well. As long as we keep it supplied with low-grade fuel, it will keep running. And we haven't tested it extensively, but from the testing we have done, it doesn't appear as though the veins run dry. So this area will keep yielding what it's told us it will, as long as we keep fueling the quarry. Something that you want to make note of, guys, is that the quarry seems to come with it sort of a natural building blocked area. So notice that the foundation is red here. Because these are such high value items, we're going to want to protect them, but if we were to build a wall around it, we actually have to move out quite a ways to be able to start doing that. And it's something that you want to be aware of because it's not easy to protect these. So you can't put them right next to your base. And in terms of the quarries themselves, they actually won't place right next to one another. When I first envisioned it, I thought that we would have rows of quarries sort of mining the same area, but that's not the case at all. Because they seem to have a bit of a building blocked area around them, there's a radius effect to it. So they're actually quite hard to protect right now. In terms of the health of the quarry, it's 2,500, and it's going to take about 4 C4 charges to bring that down. We'll go ahead and place one on there just to take note of that. So in terms of C4, they are quite an investment. They're closer to sort of an armored tier, but the tricky part to that right now is they seem to be very susceptible to melee damage. So if we go ahead and go up to it and start whacking it with our hatchet, we'll notice that it starts going down very quickly. So at this point in time, guys, people with very low technology, such as hatchets, even rocks, can actually rush your quarry and start doing some substantial damage to it. I'm confident that they're going to go ahead and tweak this in the future, but that is how it works right now. We have done some other testing, and the quarry can be placed in streams, and it can be placed in water as well. And water catchers have been added into the game. There are two types right now. One is a small water catcher, which is indicated by the small barrel here, and there's a larger version which has a larger tank that is going to hold more liquid. In terms of the implementation of them right now, they will start filling up. Even though the rain hasn't been put into the game yet, these do fill up right now, and you can actually use a water bottle to draw water back out of that water catcher. At this point in time, guys, it's not playing a big role in the game, but it's safe to say that in the future, you're going to need to worry about your hydration a bit more, and these are going to be something that you're going to see being more of a necessity. And the water looks different in this week's iteration of Rust. You'll notice that it looks much more alive and dynamic. It's moving, and it has different colors in terms of how close it gets to the shore. You'll also notice the reflections off the water look a little bit more alive and rich at this point in time. The water, guys, is a really cool feature, and it's something that just makes the environment look a lot more alive. With the water catchers, I'm guessing, you know, water is going to become a much more important part of the game soon, and this is probably a step in that direction. This is just an aesthetic, you know, touch up, but it looks great and absolutely phenomenal. So, alright guys, hope you enjoyed this week's Rust update. This is Fado82, peace.